Everyone, it's Fred again from Notes of a Nomad, video number 321. Today I want to talk about probably a little known fact that it is cruise ship season in Victoria. What do I mean by cruise ships? Well, the busiest port in Canada, which has more cruise ship visits, is Victoria, where I live, on Vancouver Island. I try and highlight it on the map here, which is in my background on the southern tip. And the cruise ships arrive, and starting the first ship arrived on Friday. I'll show you a picture of that ship, and it's called the New Amsterdam. There was 2,100 guests on that ship, and I believe 900, yes, I think it's 900 crew members. And this ship is the very first ship. It was on its way to Hawaii, which is not the norm. Often the ships who come in here are on their way to Alaska or back from Alaska as well. Last year, there was over 950,000 guests who came and visited Victoria during the cruise ship. This year, they're expecting, if things go well, who knows, the world's in dynamic changes, but the 335 cruise ship visits this year could bring more than 1 million guests, which is big business. Victoria is a tourist a site and business. So a lot of times they will go shopping on this street. This is a view of Government Street, where there's lots of shops catering to not only the locals, but to the tourists. You'll find some goods here. I know there was a shop selling Cuban cigars, which you couldn't buy in the States. I don't know if that's still the case. And also British linens, because we're known as a little bit of England here with some of the even the tea shops, etc. So this is very popular, but there's a lot of places they could visit because the ships now, they used to spend 3 to 6 hours, and now I believe they're going to spend 10 to 12 hours most of the time. And then that time they can visit, for example, Chinatowns. Also very interesting. It's the oldest Chinatown in Canada is Chinatown in Victoria. And then there's Butchart Gardens, which is a very well known and very famous gardens here, and lots of different types of gardens here. Beautiful spot with, of course, places to eat, etc. And this is very popular. So a lot of buses will take people up the island a short way to Butchart Gardens. And then also just, walking around the inner harbor. This is the Empress Hotel, very historical hotel overlooking the harbor. And right next to it, if you were taking this picture and you turn to your right, you would see the Parliament buildings for the province of British Columbia, because Victoria is the capital city of British Columbia, being here on Vancouver Island. So those are some of the sites they would see. There's parks. I have a friend who did pedicabbing. He would have this pedicab. People would be in the back, and he would pedal away, and he would show them around some of the local parks, maybe where they want to eat, take them to restaurants, take them out for the day while they're from the cruise ships. And he earned enough money from cruise ship time. This was from April to October when the 335 cruise ships are coming, enough to have his family and support his family during cruise ship. That was his major income during the year, doing pedicabbing and taking the tourists around, showing them around his Victoria. So a lot of people aren't aware of this, so I thought I would make uh, a video of it. If you live in Victoria and you go downtown during tourist season when the cruise ships are in, you can see anywhere sometimes up to 10,000 or more people in the city, looking at all the sights and the shops and the inner harbor, etc., and some of the parks, etc. So with that, I thought I would be of interest to people because a lot of people aren't aware of how much business is created here. And the ships, there's a legal reason that they come here because it's called a port of call. Foreign flagged ships who are going between United States ports are required to a visit a foreign port of call. And Victoria fits that perfectly. So if you're on a ship that leaves, say, Seattle, it would then come to a Canadian port of call. That's a foreign country, visit, and then go up to Alaska. And this ship, the New Amsterdam that came on Friday, was going on to Hawaii. Probably stopped here because Hawaii is United States, Seattle's United States, has to stop at a foreign port of call. Well, very convenient. Stop in Victoria on the way to Hawaii. So that's one of the reasons it's such big business here. If you think of it, the average person, apparently, there was a study done, spends at least $100 on their visit here. And if 1 million people come, do the math. That's a lot of money coming into their local community from tourists. So thought you would find it of interest. I find it fascinating. So with that, the 335 ships bringing up to 4,000 people per ship at some time, and up to 10, maybe even 15,000 people in a day, something to that extent anyway. Over 10,000 people could be visiting Victoria on a daily basis during cruise ship time. So with that, I'll say adios, au revoir, wishing you, your family, and friends lots of love and laughter. Bye for now. Till next time, from Fred and Notes of a Nomad.